Hey there. Today I want to talk to you about not giving up on your body, not giving up on yourself, your ability to heal your own body and figure out what's right for you. And I want to share a story with you because it's often the most effective way for me to communicate my intention and my experiences and why I have these views. And I'm intentionally sitting very close to the camera with no makeup on because I want to show you about something that I've been struggling with. So you can see here I have some red patches and some outbreaks on my nose and cheeks. And this has been going off and on for me. It calms and flares for about 2 years. And the reason why I've never shared it before is honestly, it's been a source of embarrassment and considerable frustration for me, especially as a holistic health practitioner, because I see a lot of skin conditions in my private clinical nutrition practice, and I've had a tremendous amount of success helping people clear up skin conditions. So for me not to be able to solve my own issue has just, has been really, really difficult for me. And I've done a ton of stuff for it, working internally, topically, really trying to get to the root cause, because that's what my mindset is all about. When something's going on in your body, it's your body's way of telling you that something is out of balance. You don't have everything you need in the form of nutrients or things of that nature. So I've tried to address all of those things, and yet this has still persisted and has been driving me crazy. And it had gotten to the point where I'd almost given up on it. Like, I'm 52 years old, I'll be 53 in January, I'm perimenopausal, so even though I don't typically buy into that you have to experience any kind of a symptom when you're having any kind of a life change or a hormonal change, I just thought maybe this is what my body is going through as it transitions to menopause. But I don't know that for sure, and I no longer knew what to do. And then people have brought it to my attention over the summer. I had been doing really well. My skin had been looking really good right before I went on my trip in June to visit my son in the Philippines. And it flared terribly while I was flying there and during the whole trip. And a lot of people were making comments to me. Actually, one of the waitresses at the restaurant was like, "Does it hurt?" And it was funny because, their Filipino is their first language. So the way that they express things from an English perspective can come out kind of funny. And she was really sweet, and she wasn't trying to be hurtful in any way, but she was sincerely curious. Like the sun and the heat and the flying really made it flare tremendously. And then a body worker friend of mine had also said she was working on me one day and it was really getting red as she was working on me. So she brought it to my attention again. And it just reminded me that I had kind of given up on it because I had tried so many different things, but maybe I hadn't tried everything that I could, or I didn't get the right combination of things. So I had a renewed commitment to get to the root cause of this, and I've started working on looking at my body again, what's going on with my body. Are there things that are in my gut that aren't as strong as they should be? Because what I find from a clinical perspective is that oftentimes skin conditions are related to liver toxicity and gut imbalances. So have I turned over every stone I could in those areas, and trying some new different products and things to make sure that everything is strong there. And the body worker that mentioned to me that I was getting red as she was working on me said that she had had a similar condition, and she recommended a local esthetician to see her for her professional opinion and get a facial and see if she could offer me some support in that area. And while I was unsuccessful reaching her, I also remembered that I knew somebody that actually offers an organic spa service or an organic facial. And I was thrilled to remember that. I wish I had thought of that years ago. And I went and saw her and got a facial, got her professional opinion, and got some recommendations for some products to try topically. So as you can see, it's been really good. I went for the facial a few weeks ago. It's been improving. Today it's irritated. I was out in the sun yesterday. It was very hot. And I did a scrub this morning because I felt like my skin was really just irritated from being out in the heat and the sun and wearing sunscreen yesterday. So it's definitely more red today than it's been probably in the past few weeks. But again, I just wanted to show you and illustrate that And this is a very mild thing for me. It's very easy to cover with makeup. Most people don't know I have it. I haven't discussed it with a lot of people, like only the people that are closest to me, my husband, my kids, family members, my close friends that I see. They would, and nobody else would ever see it because it's so easy to cover with just a little bit of cover up, not even a full, like, one of those thick kind of makeups. I don't use anything like that. I'm not interested in anything like that. So this is a very mild thing, but it's just to illustrate a point that when you have a condition, whether it's severe or mild or just irritating or uncomfortable, or if it's really a threatening type of health issue, we tend as a society to think that that this is just something that you have to live with. And especially if you've tried things, like if you've been given medication or you tried to exercise to get rid of an injury and you're still suffering, we often accept it, like this is just the way that my body is. So this video today I'm making for you, if you have anything like that in your life, no matter big or small, is to try to spark that peace within you that knows that you shouldn't have to live with that. And that there are many, many things that you can do. And if you commit to figuring out how to solve that problem, things that you've never heard of will start to show up. That's what happened years and years ago for me. I suffered for more than 2 decades of my life. I had significant health challenges and I was absolutely miserable. I had a wonderful life, but my health was terrible and I couldn't enjoy my life. I was literally struggling every day just to get by. And once I made that commitment to figure out how to get well, because I wanted the ability to enjoy my life, all kinds of things that I had never ever heard of, never been exposed to, nobody else I knew had ever done, started to show up for me, come across my radar. And I started trying out different therapies and changing my diet and doing all kinds of things. And I got better. That's why I'm here today, sharing all these things with you. And it's the best thing I've ever done for myself. And what I found is the things that, there's so many options for us to try. It can be hard to decide, but just keep trying things. Listen to your own instincts. Listen to what feels right for you. Don't let anybody else tell you what's right for you. Don't let anyone tell you that you should eat a food that you don't like or that doesn't feel good in your body, or take a medication or have a procedure that doesn't feel right for you. There are tons and tons of educated professionals with good intentions that can help you, but you have to be in the director's seat and decide for yourself. And another really important thing is, what I have found is that typically it is a combination of things. The magic comes together when you do multiple things. Like for instance, with this skincare condition that I'm experiencing, I'm working from the inside and working from the outside as well. When I was in the midst of my healing process, I was doing all kinds of really healthy personal care choices, from changing the way I was eating to using different products to getting toxins out of my house. But I was also working with fabulously talented practitioners to help my body unwind and relax and get my structure back into alignment and work from the inside and support my glands and physiology or body function from a nutritional perspective to make sure everything was working properly. And then I was also working on my mindset and my emotions and my mood, because your thoughts and your emotions can change the chemistry of your body and change the way that your body works on a day-to-day basis or from a month-to-month, year-to-year basis. So it's many pieces coming together. And I realize as I'm saying that can sound overwhelming. Like, where would I start? Where do I begin? And just take one step and then see if that works for you. And if that doesn't work, change your direction, add something. What I have found for me is that as I made that commitment, things started to come across my pathway. Like, people would randomly recommend practitioners and I would make a phone call to them or go in to see them. And if I liked them, I would try them out for a while. Sometimes I would stay with them, sometimes I would shift. But just being open about it, things started to come across my pathway. Books, therapists, all kinds of things, and I started to, does that resonate with me? Am I getting repeated exposures? Like, people would mention a book to me 3 times, or it would pop up in my email 3 times over the course of a couple weeks. Like, that was a sign for me, okay, I need to read that book, or I need to call that therapist. So start paying attention to the signs, start trying out new things, and don't be afraid to experiment and add things and take things away, and be persistent. It takes time, it takes patience. If you fall off the wagon for a while because you just get tired out, that's fine. You can always restart. Your body's always trying to break down, repair, and function in good health. But the whole goal for me to share with you today is just don't give up. Your body is incredible. It has amazing healing capabilities. Don't settle for less than full health, excellent health. And that's what my goal is always, to share with you everything that I've learned, all kinds of knowledge and inspiration. I want you to have everything that you need to create amazing health. You deserve it, and you need amazing health so you can live an amazing life. Thanks for being here. Talk to you soon.